Good morning, and welcome to the 2017 Fall Commencement exercises. I am Dr. Jeff Anderson, Professor, Interim Associate Dean of the College of Arts, Education, and Sciences, and your announcer for this morning's ceremony. Commencement is a joyful yet solemn culmination in recognition of the graduate's years of study. It is a meaningful occasion to the university and its faculty, staff, and students. In keeping with the solemnity of this time-honored tradition, all guests and participants are asked to avoid unnecessary conversation and moving about during the exercises. Please refrain from making any noise other than that of applause as the graduates receive their degrees. We also request that you turn off all cell phones. Although we will ask that you stand in a few moments for the national anthem and invocation, we would appreciate you taking your seats at this time. The ceremony is about to begin. Ladies and gentlemen of the audience, please rise for the presentation of our nation's colors and remain standing for the national anthem. Please join the ULM Commencement Brass Ensemble in the Star Spangled Banner and remain standing for the invocation.
Shall we pray? Eternal God of joy, we thank you for this day. We thank you for the spirit of wisdom that has empowered these graduates to study, work hard, and discipline themselves in such a way that their hunger for learning has been nourished with knowledge, discovery, creativity, and determination. As they prepare to walk across the stage to receive their diplomas, let them walk in prayerful gratitude for the many blessings that has made this moment filled with potential. In gratitude, we pray for their families and those who have sacrificed, worked, and shared in their accomplishments. In gratitude, we pray for the president, the professors, the administrators who have challenged, cared, and crafted them along this academic journey. As this chapter in their lives close and a new one begin, we present them as an open book to you. Come and subscribe your word of life unto them. Fill their minds with your thoughts. Fill their bodies with your strength. Fill their hearts with your dreams, that they may eternally love and serve you each day. We ask all this in the glorious name of him who lives, reigns, world without an end. Amen.
Please be seated. Thank you, Reverend Slack. Good morning, everybody. Please join me in thanking the ULM Commencement Brass Ensemble conducted by Dr. Darrell Long, ULM Director of Bands. The ULM Commencement Committee, the Physical Plant, the ULM Computing Center, the Office of Marketing and Communications, all for their contributions in making a success of today's ceremony. President Bruno, distinguished platform guests, honored faculty and graduating students, friends and supporters of the University of Louisiana at Monroe, it's my distinct pleasure to welcome each of you here today. Seated before us are the summer and fall classes of 2017. We're gathered not only to honor their achievements, but also to honor the educational process that made these achievements possible. We're pleased to have each of you here on campus today, and we encourage you to take this opportunity to explore the campus while you're here. We're very proud of our university, and we hope that you will return to campus many, many times and will continue to enjoy it as we realize its beautiful potential. I'd like to acknowledge several individuals whose presence add a special dimension to this occasion. In addition to those that you see have listed in your printed program, we welcome to the platform Dr. Joshua Stockley, who is president of the 2017-2018 University Faculty Senate, here representing that esteemed body. Dr. Stephen Richters, executive vice president, and Mr. Camille Carrier, Vice President for Student Affairs. Our other distinguished guests will be honored in a few minutes. Each of you gathered here has contributed in some way to the accomplishments of today's graduates. Foremost among that support group are the parents, spouses, and family members who have encouraged and in many instances sacrificed to make today a reality. We'd like to acknowledge this very important group by asking the parents, spouses, and immediate family members of the summer and fall classes of 2017 to stand and accept our applause. Thank you so much. Before we confer degrees, it's appropriate to recognize another very important group of individuals here today for their role in educating these classes. I ask that all members of the ULM faculty present today stand and accept the applause of these students for your guidance, wisdom, and support during their time with us. Faculty? Of course, it's not possible to recognize individually all of those who have achieved a level of excellence while they've been enrolled at ULM. But I am extremely proud of the work being done by our students at both the undergraduate and graduate levels. Seated before us are students who have distinguished themselves in the classroom and laboratory, in speech and debate, in the performing and fine arts, in student media, in student government, in athletics, in preparation for military service, and in many other areas of university life. Time constraints don't permit us to recognize all of these deserving individuals, but I'd like to recognize those graduates who have distinguished themselves academically. Associate degree candidates who are recognized for academic achievement today by the university can be distinguished by the white honors cords and a notation in the printed program. Will the associate degree candidates in the honors and high honors categories please stand? These students have maintained a 3.5 to 4.0 grade point average during their university careers. Congratulations. You may be seated. It's my pleasure to also recognize the distinguished graduates of the summer and fall classes who are listed in your program. These candidates for the bachelor's degree are graduating today with the highly esteemed Latin honors. They can be distinguished by the maroon and gold honors cords that they are wearing today. Will the cum laude candidates please stand? These candidates for the bachelor's degree are graduating today with a grade point average between 3.5 and 3.749. So we congratulate them, and please be seated. Will the magna cum laude candidates please stand? These students have earned a grade point average between 3.75 and 3.899 during their university careers. Congratulations to you. You may be seated. Will the summa cum laude candidates please stand? These students have earned a grade point average between 3.9 and 4.0 during their university careers. We congratulate them. Please be seated. Will the candidates who have earned a grade point average of 4.0 please make their way to the stage? And it's with a tremendous sense of admiration and pride that we recognize these top graduates of the summer and fall classes of 2017 for their outstanding academic achievement. Please hold your applause, however, until all have received their commemorative medallions acknowledging this extraordinary achievement.
Lauren Catherine Hagler. Stephen Paul Dyke. Giorgio Martini. Joshua Ryan Glatter. Rebecca Jane Long.
It's my pleasure now to invite Dr. Nick Bruno, President of the University of Louisiana Monroe, to come forward for brief remarks and an introduction of our keynote speaker. President Bruno.
Good morning, everyone. Okay. Well, we practiced this, parents and friends, yesterday. As you can see, as their degrees are conferred, it's a little longer to get things through. But welcome to everyone, parents, friends, spouses, siblings. Welcome to ULM, and congratulations, and of course to graduates. One of the happiest days of your life. As I told a group of the graduates yesterday, I recall very little about my commencement. I recall the keynote speaker because of the message that was delivered. I remembered the day being a beautiful, sunny day, and I remember the pride my parents had. And hopefully, I know that you will share those same things. Dr. Penny recognized a number of students, and there are some I feel that I want to go ahead and ask that they stand. We have an individual who will be commissioned into the military today. I'd like for him to stand, and he'll be more formally introduced later. Thank you. Dr. Penny mentioned our athletes. Our athletes represent this university not only here on the courts and the fields, but all over our country. And I told them yesterday that this is my 15th commencement and I'm beginning my 8th year as president. And at no time in that period of time has any critical complaint been lodged to me as a result of our athletes as they travel. In fact, on the contrary, every year I get numerous compliments as to the way they conduct themselves. I'd like for them to stand and let you know that these individuals are up at 4 and 5 in the morning, and they work till 8, 9 at night, and then that's in addition to their academic studies. And they graduate at a rate of over 75%. So I want to congratulate them and ask them to stand. Any athlete that's been here at ULM. Thank you. Thank you. And last, I'd like those students who have served in our social organizations, Greek organizations, student government, campus activities board, those that have participated in extracurricular activities that have served this university, if you will stand. As you can see, a large percentage of our graduates are engaged in some service to our community, our university, and it is in addition to achieving their academic credentials. I'm very proud of that, and I know that they will move forward and spread the word of ULM and carry this into their communities where they will eventually live and work. Each convocation, I recognize several students whose accomplishment make them stand out as members of the new class of graduates. Everyone in here has a story. I'm provided names from faculty, administrators, of students who we can speak about this morning, and I think you'll find their stories quite interesting and inspiring. When I call your name, please stand. Yodi Assayas. Yodi? Oh, Yodi's helping the band this morning. Welcome. For Yodi Assayas of Dallas, Texas, it was her high school band director who encouraged her to apply to the music program at ULM. For this talented musician, it was one of several universities she was considering. I did an audition for the brass faculty, and I noticed it was different than the other auditions, she said. She said they answered all of her questions and her mother's, and we know how important that is, and that Dr. James Bolden was particularly helpful. Yodi enrolled in VAPA's music education curriculum, where she thrived as a musician and a student. But she said, I always felt something was missing. Yodi enjoyed her professors and classes, but knew she had to make a change. When she was given the opportunity to play with the visiting U.S. Air Force concert band, she loved it and switched her concentration from music education to instrumental music performance. The decision changed Yodi's life. You've probably seen her performing as a soloist with the Sound of Today. She played the mellophone for the marching and basketball bands and horn for the wind ensemble. Yodi's parents immigrated to the U.S. from the Republic of Eritrea, South Africa. She was born in Dallas and is the first member of her family to earn a college degree. So please. Are Yodi's parents in the audience? Yodi? Will they stand? Where are you? You'll wave at me. Yeah, there they are up in the second level. Welcome. Congratulations. Okay. Next is Jerry Gilmore. Where's Jerry? Oh, I saw you yesterday, didn't I? Jerry would be considered a non-traditional student in that he is a little bit older than most of his classmates. Jerry was born in November 1941 and spent the first 7 years of his life in Minden. In December 1966, Jerry enlisted in the U.S. Army and served until July 1972. Jerry was deployed to Vietnam, where he served 18 months after voluntarily extending his tour of duty. Yes. He was awarded the Bronze Star for meritorious service during his tour of duty. A month after his honorable discharge from the Army, Jerry began attending what was then Northeast Louisiana University. In May 1975, Jerry was awarded a BS in chemistry. Only a few months later, in August 1975, he returned for a graduate degree in chemistry. He was awarded a Master of Science in Chemistry in May of 1977. He began working for the state of Louisiana in December 1991 in the Department of Environmental Quality. After 20 years with DEQ, Jerry retired in January 2012. By August, he had returned to ULM to pursue a Master of Arts in History. Please join me today in congratulating Jerry for receiving his second advanced degree. Thank you. Thank you. Kelly Conley. Where's Kelly? Over here. Okay, we're delighted today to have a member of the Louisiana National Guard among our graduates. Excuse me. Kelly Conley is the non-commissioned officer in charge of the battalion staff with the Louisiana National Guard 52nd Engineer Battalion in Ruston. Kelly's receiving her master's in public administration and management through the EULM program. She is from Mangum and works full-time for the Louisiana Department of Transportation and Development as an engineer technician. I faced many challenges of finding the motivation after work hours to study, but I knew I was working toward a great accomplishment. She was always treated with respect by her ULM faculty and is grateful for their help in her success. She thanks her boss for allowing her time off for school when she needed it, and her mother for being her biggest supporter. Kelly said her father, who is no longer here, instilled in her the drive to reach her goals in life. You can achieve anything in life if you set your mind to it. No one is going to cross the finish line for you but you. You have to believe in yourself and pursue your dreams. What I have learned in life is people will not remember you for how much money you make, but how much you make them feel. Congratulations, Kelly, and thank you for your service. Mandy Bartet, or Barte, Mandy? There she is. Walking down the aisle today will be the culmination of a walk of faith for honor graduate Mandy Bartett of Donaldsonville. Is that correct? Downsville, excuse me. Bartett? Okay. Mandy calls herself a non-traditional student because she did not follow the high school to college route. It would be many difficult years after high school before Mandy would return to the classroom. During that time, there was joy when she became the proud mother of son Blaine, now 11, but there were hard times too. Mandy wrote, single mother, low income, young, lacking wisdom, fighting anxiety and depression. I realized that if I wanted better in life, only I could make it happen. Her first step was to complete an associate's degree in 2014. She was proud of her accomplishment, but knew it would take more. Still working her job at Trax Motorsports in West Monroe, Mandy moved forward to ULM and majored in risk management and insurance. It hasn't always been easy, but nothing worthwhile ever is. As a single mother, full-time employee, and full-time student, the challenge has been creating a balance to be successful in all of these areas. I always kept my focus on the ultimate goal and was motivated by the notion of making my son proud and teaching him that anything is possible. Mandy isn't sure what her next career move will be, but she has something now she did not have before, choices. Best of luck, Mandy. These were some incredibly inspirational stories. And as I said, the over 500 students that are here today each have a story. And I wish we had time to identify each one and tell their story. It is an honor today to introduce our guest speaker, Dr. LaVelle Hendricks, who is a ULM alumnus and member of our Development Foundation. Dr. Hendricks is an associate professor in the Department of Psychology, Counseling, and Special Education at Texas A&M University in Commerce, Texas. He received his bachelor's in legal issues from ULM in 1983 and his Master of Education here in 1985. He went on to earn his Doctorate of Education from Texas A&M-Commerce. A teacher for many years, some of his graduate and undergraduate classes include College Student Services and Development, Introduction to Drugs and Alcohol Counseling, Counseling Theories, Counseling Law, Multicultural Counseling, Anger Management, Issues in Aging, Freshman Success, and Drug Treatments and Interventions. Dr. Hendricks has written more publications than I can name, but here are a few. The Effects of Anger on the Brain and Body, The Impact of Pathological Gambling, The Evolution of Bullying to Cyberbullying. In addition to serving on the ULM Foundation, Dr. Hendricks holds membership in the NAACP, the National Association of Addiction Professionals, the Texas Association of Addiction Professionals, and the Texas Association of Black Personnel in Higher Education. Dr. Hendricks is a licensed chemical dependency counselor, member of the American Association of Christian Counselors, and a member of the Texas Certification Board of Addiction Professionals, among several others. He's a member of Commerce Independent School Board, Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity, Board of Directors of Commerce Community Cares, Rotary Club, Texas Association of Addiction Professionals, and President of Hopkins County African American Leadership Conference. He's sought after as a presenter and speaker, and we're honored to welcome him home. And to the stage, Dr. LaVelle Hendricks.
Thank you so much, President Bruno, for that kind introduction. To the administration here at this wonderful university, to my colleagues of the classroom, to all of you, the distinguished graduates, congratulations to all of you. I'm pleased also to have with me two of my sisters who came over from West Monroe. They knew I'd be flying in. Thank you so much. And two of my nieces here. It means a lot. Love you guys dearly. Thank you for coming in. I am a university professor by heart. I did not realize that there would have to be a litmus test to speak here today. The president asked if I believed in the Constitution of the United States. And I said, yes, I do, Mr. President. And he asked if I believe in free speech. And I said, yes, I do, Mr. President. He said, good, I want you to come speak, and you'll have to do it free. Tema la familia, Dios es bueno todo el tiempo. Trump is president of the United States. You guys know that? Trump? I graduated from university. I'm family. I got to fly back out soon, but we're family here. But I want you to take note that even though he's president of the United States, this is the first time in American history where a white billionaire moves into government housing after black folks move out. I guess they're still not getting what I'm saying here. First time invited back in 25 years. May take another 25 years after I finish today. This address today centers around to whom much is given, much is also required. The parable of the faithful servant teaches us that we ought to be watchful and we're to remain aware of the fact that the various gifts that we've been given in life, and it requires faithful stewardship on all of our parts. I believe that that same logic applies to any aspect of our lives. If we know that what we have been given is going to require certain actions, we should always act in a manner that reflects the new acquired knowledge that we have. For truly, to whom much has been given, much is required. In this life, to all of you graduates, there are people who have provided gifts for you along your journey, and many more will continue to do so in your lives. These includes individuals who have helped you achieve either a degree or the degrees that you have. Folks from the community, members of the armed forces, your university, and society as a whole. Just as every gift you have is different, so too are the requirements that are going to be placed upon you. You're sitting here today at the culmination of a difficult task, perhaps for some of you, observing and understanding that you are now obtaining a college degree. But be mindful, to whom much has been given, much is required. There is not one person among you, among your classmates, who did not receive help and assistance along the way, whether it was from a faculty member at this great university, or a staff member, or a support member from your family system. Every single person who gave you the gift of support deserves your respect in return. If it were not for the distinguished faculty members willing to dedicate their lives to sharing their knowledge with you, the university would cease to function. The staff members dedicate their time and knowledge by assisting you in every aspect of campus life was critical to your educational journey. The family members and friends who also gave their time, their knowledge, their advice, their financial support, their prayers, and the many tears that they shared with you also deserve your respect. This should never be taken lightly, nor should easily be forgotten by any of you. Your community has given you gifts that may not even be fully recognized at this moment. And it's not a political statement, but it's just a fact of life that it does take a village to raise a child. As you continue to grow and as you continue to change, there will be reminders of how your community has influenced you, as well as the opportunities that you now have to give back to your community. Whether you return to the community that you grew up in and never be ashamed from whence you have come, whether it's from Delhi to Lula, Houma, whether it's from West Monroe, Sterlington, it doesn't matter. Always be proud from where you've come. And when you return to your community, it is imperative that you continue to give back. I believe firmly that a community is created and strengthened through the willingness and the ability of its members to come together and to contribute to the greater good. To be an active member of your community, I implore upon you to give back. This can occur in so many different ways. You can give back financially. You can become a member of your community and mentor someone. You can get involved in the civic clubs, the Rotary clubs, the Lions clubs. You can get involved in the Kiwanis Club. You can stay actively engaged in your fraternity or sorority, or you can even be of great assistance to your places of worship. The key is to find the best way you can contribute to your community and do it as much as you can. You can find that the more you give, the more you receive back from other members in your community. I attest and firmly believe in my heart that it's something about giving back to others that it makes you feel good about who you are. There will always be individuals you encounter who are also less fortunate than you are. There are individuals who are addicted to the diseases of drugs and alcohol. The United States comprises 5% of the world's population, but 65% of all illegal drugs are among Americans. We must do something about that. There are individuals who have been abused along the way. You've gained a newfound knowledge. Volunteer, assist those individuals. It is easy to find reasons sometimes to ignore certain people, but I challenge you today, find a way to give something back to someone else. Those who are less fortunate are no less deserving of our considerations today. As there are always those less fortunate than us, there are also those who are more fortunate than us. On this sliding scale of fortune that many of you will gain, we're never all the way at the top, nor are we always at the bottom, but somewhere in the middle. To whom much has been given, much is required. If we would ask those more fortunate than us to consider providing us with help, it follows logic that we too are to provide help for those who are less fortunate than us as well. And it is extremely important to me that there are individuals who dedicate their lives and placing themselves in harm's way to keep us safe day in and day out. These include, but are not limited to, members of our armed forces, our law enforcement personnel, EMT, paramedics, firefighters, as those who are dealing with the devastating fires in Los Angeles this week as I speak. If these people did not give their lives to their careers, our worlds would be much more different and less safe than what it is right now. These people who give their times to us, their energy, their lives keep us safe, they deserve and they require our respect. While I was over in Romania dealing with children whose parents were addicted to crack and cocaine, and dealing with these orphans and seeing them dealing with DTs, delirium tremens, and shaking profusely. And then having a chance to go over to Bulgaria and Hungary and to see how these repressive regimes treat their people. I'm very thankful and very honored to say I'm proud to be an American. But not only that, just for the record, I ask that you would hold your applause. I'm a university faculty member, I teach, and I was only told I have a limited amount of speaking time. So if you can hold your applause, it'll be okay. If you get a chance, always be mindful that it does not matter where you travel in the world today. I firmly believe in my heart that Dorothy was right in The Wizard of Oz when she said that there is no place like home. I challenge you to give back to this wonderful university, your alma mater. It has invested so much in each of you. This investment comes not only in the form of time, of countless hours spent with each of you as a student, but also in granting to you a college degree which bears the university's name and the seal of approval. No matter where you go in life, you carry the university with you. I humbly say to you, because it's never about me, it's only by what God has done in my life. My role model was my uncle. He passed away when he was 98 years of age, and he only had a second grade education. But he always would remind me, LaVelle, if you keep faith in God, God will take you places where you've never been before. This university has been so impacted my life in so many different ways. I stand in awe in knowing that because this university gave me a college degree, I've been blessed and fortunate to travel around the world on 8 separate occasions. It blows my mind to know that someone who came from West Monroe, Louisiana, came across the Ouachita River, lived in Sherrouse Hall, room 127, was now given the privilege to stand in Cairo, Egypt, and look at the wonderful pyramids. To know that I've been blessed to be at the base of the Swiss Alps and see those wonderful mountains. To know that I can go to the Western Wall there in Israel and spend time praying, or go to Arizona and see one of the great wonders of the world, the Grand Canyon. It is all because of the foundation that I received at this wonderful university that allows all of us now to be interconnected to a global society. This university will give you opportunities that you never dreamed of before. I encourage you, give back to this wonderful place. So as you move onward and forward, remember that this university invested in you. Giving back not only allows you to contribute to this wonderful university, but it also has played a pivotal role in your life, which affords you now to give back so that this university can continue to impact generations upon generations to come. To fully understand what you have been given, you must understand that it is in giving that it makes you feel good about who you are. You can be happy, you can be healthy, and you can be a fulfilled adult, and you can impact those that are around you. You see, there is a reason to whom much is given and much is required. If those who were given the most were never required to give anything in return, it would not take long for the sharing of knowledge, the sharing of time, the sharing of support to come to an abrupt halt. Society is perpetuated through the cycle of people both receiving and the giving of gifts. Each of you has been given a multitude of gifts from various measures. These gifts, combined with your own hard work and your dedication, have gotten you to the place where you are today. And if you're sitting here thinking that perhaps I missed one class, and is the education czar going to come tap you on the shoulder and remind you that you're 1 credit short and you're not able to graduate today, always be mindful of this. You're not the last person in line. If you are short perhaps 1 credit today, continue to walk across the line, show your family some love, and know that you're still going to graduate from this great university. So as you move, existentially speaking, choose to be a model citizen. Take the time to celebrate your achievements as you've worked extremely hard to receive it. But set a time also to reflect upon those who have given you so much on your journey. The world we live in today is constantly growing and it's constantly changing. You can either choose to move forward in your life, focus on proving yourself, or you can move forward and begin to give back. Why? Because to whom much has been given, much is required. And when you give back, you're able to act as an agent of change in the world. Acting as an agent of change is not always an easy task, but is absolutely essential for the betterment of the society that we live in today. As all of you depart from this commencement exercise today, know that you've achieved something truly wonderful, for your contributions to society are important. And again, it does not matter where you've come from, you've achieved something significant on this day. Look for every opportunity you can find to be a positive influence on the lives of many around you. When I was in high school at West Monroe, I had an English teacher named Mrs. Evelyn Johnson. She was the wife of the late City Councilman Charles Johnson here in West Monroe. And I vividly remember how Mrs. Evelyn Johnson would challenge me to read. And she said, reading will allow you to go places where perhaps your feet may never set. But she introduced me to the concept of a poem that says, two roads diverged into a yellow wood. And I, being only one traveler, looked down one as far as I could to where it bent under the undergrowth. I shall be telling this story some ages hence. Two roads diverged into a yellow wood. And I took the road less traveled, and that has made all the difference. The title of that poem is The Road Less Taken by Robert Frost. You've taken a road that's going to make an impact not only upon your life, but the life of others. God bless you, and God keep you.
Thank you, Dr. Hendricks, for those very heartfelt, thoughtful, and comforting words. And now it's the time we've all been waiting for, the conferral of degrees. Will the candidates for the associate degree please stand? President Bruno, on behalf of the undergraduate deans and faculty, it's my pleasure to introduce to you these successful candidates for the associate degree.
By the authority vested in me by the University of Louisiana System Board of Supervisors, it is my pleasure to confer upon you the associate's degree. Congratulations, you may be seated.
Will the candidates for the bachelor's degree please stand? President Bruno, on behalf of the undergraduate faculty and deans, it's my pleasure to introduce to you these successful candidates for the bachelor's degree.
By the authority vested in me by the University of Louisiana System Board of Supervisors, it is my pleasure to confirm upon you the bachelor's degree. Congratulations, you may be seated.
Will the candidates for the master's degree please stand? President Bruno, on behalf of the graduate faculty and dean, it is my pleasure to introduce to you these successful candidates for the master's degree.
By the authority vested in me by the University of Louisiana System Board of Supervisors, it is my pleasure to confer upon you the master's degree. Congratulations, and you may be seated.
And now for the highest degree that a university can award, will the candidates for the doctoral degree please stand? President Bruno, on behalf of the graduate faculty and dean, it is my pleasure to introduce to you these successful candidates for the doctoral degree.
By the authority vested in me by the University of Louisiana System Board of Supervisors, it's my pleasure to confer upon you the doctoral degree. Congratulations, and you may be seated. In accordance with academic tradition, please move your tassels from the right to the left to indicate your new status as graduates. Graduates, please step forward to receive your degrees.
It is my pleasure to introduce the Assistant Dean of the College of Arts, Education, and Sciences, Dr. Dorothy Schween. Receiving the associate degree, Daisha M. Broomfield. Madeleine Claire Lucas. Timotha D. Reed. Derek Ryan Thompson. Receiving the bachelor's degree, Carson Payne Aaron. Jacob Taylor Anderson. Tiffany Barron Anderson. Ray Marcos Baltazar. Dayton Larry Bolivans. Taylor Barker. Courtney Michelle Bellard. Alexis Noel Bosley. Dylan Ryan Breshears. Karen Kennedy Brooks. Adriana L. Brown. Kimani Ntumba Cadney. Myra Grace Callender. Kalina Rashay Cato. Ashish Chetkuli. Chelsea Marie Clark. Robert Earl Coleman, Jr. Tammy L. Collinsworth. Michelle Lee Colvin. Anthony Eugene Cotton, Jr. Sydney Nicole Davis. Kimberly Michelle Doty. Jamie Corbett Dowdy. Donald Derek Dozier. DeCordy Carrington Dumas Riley. Jalen J. Edwards. Yudi Wodesky Esaias. Miranda Weems Espinoza. Graziel R. Fancher. Bridget Michelle Fitch. Caitlin Teresa Ford. Brittany Kira Garrison. David Garza III. Miranda Ann Gonzalez. Octavia Bracy Green. Lauren Catherine Hagler. Carol Davison Harden. Tori Danielle Harrell. Megan Kirk Henderson. William C. Hieronymus. Ashley Jeanette Holland. Mason B. Howard. Kenesha Faye Howell. Kiana Shabri Howell. Joanna Lorraine Gray Huckabee. Adam Wiley Hudson. Brianna Monique Hugh. Callie Caitlin Ivy. Ann Catherine M. Jagno. Roland Jenkins. Lacey Brister Johnson. Bradley Hunter Jolly. Valencia Jackson Jones. Aliyah Janae Joseph. Maya Jonquil Shakir Keaton. Corlin Michelle Key. Andrew Hugh Kong. Douglas Ashton Lewis. Shatarian Nicole Lewis. Addison Glenn Lofton. Brittany Ann Lonadair. Daniel Joseph Mabry. Felicia Michelle Mansfield. Haley Desiree Magoo. Sandra Maria McGrail. Amber Jeanette Moore. Jason S. Nielsen II. Robert Scott Nugent Jr. Allison Kelsey Ogden. Shelby Ray Pardue. Shelby Rose Penny. Trashton Perrier. Erica Thewton Pham. Udip Rout. Stephanie Schlor. Aaron Elise Sharplin. Jared Nicholas Shelby. Amelia Claire Simon. Denise Mary Stewart. Kendall Lee Stubleski. Kimberly Sweat. Nikki Netherland Thompson. Tyra Sinclair Tolliver. Caleb Jerome Tucker. Brendan Cole Vance. Ashton Rosalie Vidrine. Alari Claire Warren. Amelia Winona Westerberg. Tyra Dawn Williams. Amanda Elise Womack. Catherine Michelle Sanders Yarbrough. It is my pleasure to introduce the Dean of the College of Business and Social Sciences, Dr. Ronald Berry. Receiving the bachelor's degree, Jared Colby Elshie. Meredith Rayanne Albritton. Mitchell Ethan Albritton. Cody Austin Anderson. Glory R. Andrus. Destiny Chandel Archangel. Amber Nicole Armentor. Dana Danielle Arnold. Carlisle Elizabeth Ashley. Tyler Gray Alds. Jessica Morgan Bailey. Amanda Grace Bartet. Marcia Baudouin. Bailey Ann Ball. Lauren A. Bertone. Alyssa Ann Bigger. William Jordan Bishop. Mary Morgan Boyd. Catherine Kivett Boyette. Julian A. Brumfield. Lakeisha Danielle Bullock. Charmaine Labrie Bunkum. David Austin Burks. Kelly Renee Buxton. Caitlin Elizabeth Kane. Jason M. Calvin. Alex Christopher Campbell. Danny Rex Carson. Kalina Lauren Carruthers. Hayden Thomas Cassels. Chantrice Denise Caesar. Leah Danae Clarkston. Kristen Kelly Klingenpeel. Robert Austin Cobb. Brent Aaron Cole. Danielle Starr Cooper. Celine Anae Cornejo. Malik Jamel Cotton. Haley E. Cox. Sarah Caroline Cox. Ebony Davis. Raisa Azamoah Davis. Reagan Brianne Dempsey. Sharika Runette Duvall. Stephen Paul Dyke. Tatum Michelle Dial. Sterling Doss. Grant Eugene Dotsey. Brianna Angele Drexler. Courtney Lachelle Duncan. Jared Rashad Dunn. Tara Michelle Ibarb. Rhiannon Danielle Harper Edwards. Jonathan A. Epinette. Daniel Allen Eskew. Victoria Blake Evans. Amber Marshall Freeman. William Morgan Frith. Crystal Brianna Fry. Zadie E. Futch. Caitlin Renee Gainey. Trey Germond George. Garrett Evan Goddard. Alexis Denisha Godet. Jamoya Rashawn Goree. Jasmine Arcia Grayson. Elena D. Greeley. John Michael Green. LaJessica Tashayla Green. Joshua Taylor Greer. Patrick Britt Grimmy. David Griffith. Joe Tyler Guerrero. Catherine Elizabeth Hable. Jesse Winston Haley. Zachary Austin Hales. Katie Joe Ham. Mark Anthony Harden Jr. Reagan D. Hebert. Dominique Shantavia Henderson. Courtney Antoinette Hill. Shanerica Deshaun Hill. Kristen Carol Hoffler. Taylor Nicole Holzmeyer. Tara Tiffany Weems Howington. Carly Brooke Huff. Matthew Q. Huff. Crystal R. Jenkins. Cabrina Vonshay Johnson. Timothy A. Johnson. Gabrielle Jones. Kyla Renee Kalinsky. Amy Karnjanikit. Alexander Francis Kelly. Gabrielle Anna Kelly. Maddie Eloise Kincannon. Macy Gabrielle Laborge. Casey Nicole LeBlanc. Stormy Dawn Lee. Lacey Marie Lewis. Brandon K. Lord. Benjamin S. Luckett. Nathan Blair Madison. Ayush Menali. Benjamin Lowry Martin. Giorgio Martini. William Richard Maxwell. Ashley Nicole Mays. Austin Terry McKinley. Dakota W. McManus. Alexis Lynn McMorris. Devin Elise McMullen. Wyatt Scott Medlin. Jenna Violet Miller. Olivia Ashton Mills. Patricia L. Moreau. Lauren Rebecca Mulliken. Heather Rosemary Nagler. Tiara T. Nelson. Kristen Janae Newton. Diem Linder Ngo. Dakota Wallingsford Nielsen. Ashley Marie Ocello. Mary Elizabeth Ogden. Philip James Price. Caitlin Brunix Prim. Destiny Brianna Jamise Reynolds. Amanda Michelle Reinhardt. Lindsay Ann Robbins. Brianna Camille Rogers. Haley Courtney Rodriguez. Kilwana Lashana Ross. Mikesha Dashay Rush. Krishna Sapkota. Shiv Bhushan Shah. Javon Justin Shaw. Shay Elizabeth Shockey. Jason Kyle Sisson. Jordan Danae Slatton. Kayla Southworth. Dwayne Stewart. Benjamin T. Silvestri. Ashley N. Tab. Haley Marie Thibodeau. Joshua Kenneth Uze. Taylor Brian Wade. Ryan Alexander Walker. Sierra Monet Wallace. Morgan Wayne Wiggins. Caitlin Tabor Williams. Sharintha Doré Williams. Antonio Marquez Wilson. Carcynthia S. Wilson. Mary Catherine Wilson. Martha Ruth Zabel. It is my pleasure to introduce the Dean of the College of Health and Pharmaceutical Sciences, Dr. H. Glenn Anderson, Jr. Receiving the associate degree, Kaylee Brooke Bignar. Kristen Paige Carson. Natalie Elaine Cox. Haley Elizabeth Creech. Megan Danielle Duncan. Amanda G. Finley. Brittany Descant Griffith. Mary Grace Herring. Samantha Grace Howard. Raven Michael Johnston. Darian Elisha Jones. Claire Janice Keller. Rami Rianne Landry. Amber Marie LeBlanc. Cassidy Michelle Lemoyne. Catherine Rose Lucas. Hannah Lee Martin. Shelby Ray Marriott. Ashley Danielle Myers. Kaylin Marie Poland. Lexi Rochelle Porter. Katie Lynn Rhodes. Marissa Danielle Slaughter. Taryn Paige Swear. Julia Woodington Vick. Brittany Albritton Wilson. Receiving the bachelor's degree, Beth Lynn Abney. James Tyler Allen. Stephen Frederick Anthon. Keaton Joseph Baggs. Megan Blaine Baker. Victoria Nicole Balsamo. Devin Duane Barnes. Sarah Elizabeth Marie Barnett. Lauren Elizabeth Berry. Philip Graham Batiste. Yasmin Nicole Ba. Emily Wright Bell. Abby Elizabeth Benson. Joanna Catherine Benson. Katie Marie Bruce. Allison N. Burney. Reginald Bush Jr. Tyangela Kiera Bird. Astoria Berjay Kane. Riva Lachey Carpenter. Greg Chucks. Lakin Louise Ciaruti. Edgar Issei Klotza. Madison Kate Cleveland. Darian Maurice Crochet. Megan Elizabeth Kukulia. George Reed Davidson. Solon Edgar Dixon Jr. Rudy Angel Dubaclay. Brittany Nicole Eads. Kennedy Alexander Edwards. James L. Ellis. Raya Brooke Erie. Matthew Frank Ferguson. Celine Alexandra Flores. Rebecca Lillian Fontenot. Taylor Kim Fontenot. Christine Maria Foto. Kara Faye Franks. Aaron Ray Flores. Lindsay Murray Fulkerson. Mallory Kaylin Fusel. Nicholas J. Giacone. Joshua Ryan Gladder. Aaron Matthew Gomez. Hillary Kate Goudreau. Ryan Matthew Grant. Edward Leroy Green. LaShawna Green. Mary Catherine Green. Melinda Claire Green. Dion E. Guillory. Madison Marie Harlow. Kelsey Hicks. Lin Mi Ho. Wendy Dong Ho. Courtney Lynette Hobbs. Kedra M. Holtz. Damian Jarrell Hooker. Carrie L. Hughes. Jeremy Nathan Jackson. Ajante Tierra Johns. Kelsey Michelle Johns. Emily Nicole Jones. Aaron Connor Kaiser. Georgia Caitlin Kovarczyk. Lindsay Elizabeth Kravchuk. Casey Christina Legere. Joshua M. Leone. Detaj D. Lewis. Rebecca Jane Long. Randy Jean Lundquist. Taylor Nicole Lusby. Christina Francis Manasco. Connor Monroe Marshall. John David Martin. Markia Latrice May. Iona McCall. Carolyn Marie McFarland. Allie Centauri McGee. Brooke Megan Mell. Stephen G. Meredith Jr. Stephanie K. Michael. Christopher John Miller. Jacob Randall Monin. Jennifer Ashley Nelson. Jessica Lauren Nelson. Hien Tan Nguyen. Brittany Nicole Nugent. Sandra Marie Ouchley. Cassidy Lauren Parker. Zaylin Treyon Parker. Oriana Simone Payton. Savannah Lee Pendergrass. Cindy Lee Fan. Kayla Ting Phillip. Katie Brooke Pizzolato. Kiana Tanae Pollard. Constance Dominique Price. Edward Ramundi III. Lauren Alicia Randolph. Datavius Deshaun Ridgel. Nina Octavia Renado. Carly Elizabeth Pearl Roberts. Natasha J. Russell. Shanna Rose Scott. Caleb Jeremy Sims. Mary Elizabeth Sims. Lauren Elizabeth Sistrunk. Alexis D. Smith. Taylor McKay Saunier. Angela Danielle Stewart. Frank LaRose Sutton Jr. Catherine Danielle Taylor. Audrey Lynn Tedford. Sarah Leland Thompson. Mason Thomas Thornton. Victoria Kane Totman. Cedric Lee Treadway. Marnie Darjean Tyler. Carmen Faith Underwood. Onesius Danielle Wallace. Anna Claire Watts. Taylor Christine Weems. Tramesia Shanice Wisner. Ashlyn K. Williams. Chandrikas K. Williams. Jamari Christopher Williams. Nathan Christian Williams. Jessica Leanne Wolf. Brittany Nicole Wright. It is my pleasure to invite Dr. Bruno back to the podium.
I would like to now recognize the Professor of Military Science, Army Reserves Officers Training Corps, Lieutenant Colonel Darren Spears.
Will the cadet to be commissioned in the United States Army please come forward? President Bruno, Second Lieutenant Douglas A. Lewis, has also completed all requirements for commissioning as a second lieutenant in the United States Army. I have the honor to present him to you and request that you present his commissioning certificate.
I'd like to recognize the graduate who has successfully completed the ULM Honors Program for the College of Arts, Education, and Sciences by asking her to stand when I call her name. Allison Kelsey Ogden. Congratulations, Allison.
Thank you, Dr. Bruno, and also Lieutenant Colonel Spears. It is now my pleasure to introduce the Dean of the Graduate School, Dr. Sushma Krishnamurthy. Receiving the Master of Arts degree, Emily Ann Clark. James Reagan Fancher. Jerry Thomas Gilmore. Joshua Luke Holloway. Kinshero Voshan Mays. Brittany Nicole Peoples. Andrea L. Shaw. Carolyn Kaisha Thornton. Shaliza Antoinette Tolliver. Miranda Lee Weed. Receiving the Master of Arts in Teaching degree, Jacora M. Davis. Melissa Angel DeRamus. Christy Stringer Jordan. Adrienne Renee Munson. Karen Copeland Regal. Alyssa Cherie Riordan. Rachel Bridges Smith. Madeline Brooke Webb. Sequoia Sierra Williams. Receiving the Master of Business Administration degree, Monique Jolie Becknell. Stephanie Summers Gordon. Morgan Rachel May. Madison C. McCammon. Isa Muhammad Ali Nasruddin. Bipin Nupain. Sudhanshu Rijal. Janice Ann Stevens. Receiving the Master of Education degree, Susan Ellen Garcia. Jamie Luann Gilly. Elizabeth Nola Laffoon. Elena Wallace Nichols. Christy Larissa Thomas. Receiving the Master of Occupational Therapy degree, Catherine Joanne Arant. Chad Wesley Atkins. Sydney G. Bordelon. Nicole Renee Bird. Barbara Rachel Dyer. Gia Melissa Fargan. Whitney Jane Francis. Tiffany Lanou Fuller. Krista Munn Hall. Kylie Danielle Hatton. Jacqueline L. Henderson. Seth Allen Hilburn. Carrie Jarrett. Linda Gail Jones. Misty Kennedy. Haley Page Masters. Jennifer Frantum Parado. Misty D. Piazza. Stephanie Moncrief Raison. Chelsea Lee Richard. Sarah Stuckey Rogers. Jan Joseph Sanchez. Lindsay Lofton Sanderlin. Thomas James Scarborough. Jeff J. Steckler. Receiving the Master of Public Administration degree, Kelly L. Conley. Hannah Dixon Felcole. Andrea Alexis Gay. Francesca Nicole Phoenix. Kayla Adams Pilcher. Sherry E. Richardson. Christian Lee Robertson. Christina Renee Wade. Deambra Lakia Williams. Receiving the Master of Science degree, Danielle Michelle Adams. Caitlin Smith Bosco. Brittany Nicole Beto. Jordan Lorraine Bruer. Olivia Page Dixon. Amy Leanne Elliott. Austin Parnell Empfinger. Connor Ann Flatley. Lindsay Danielle Fontenot. Gabriela Nicole Gonzalez. Alexander James Hetzel. Kayla Michelle Hill. Caitlin Brianne Johnson. Brett Thomas Jones. Amanda Faith Labere. David Chauncey Matthews. Megan Elizabeth Millsap. Catherine Leanne Moody. Elisa Mae Nelson. Courtney Nicole Nunn. Nitu Panta. Malin Simmons. William Darnell Smith, Jr. Haley Marie Stafford. Emily Morningstar Stebbins. Ashley N. Tatum. Melissa Lachelle Underwood. Mayarisha Shambrell Walker. Receiving the Master of Science in Nursing degree, Lindsay Pirtle Bamberg. Amanda K. Coker. Kristen Lee Hales. Brittany Christine Killens. Bonnie Lieb Leggett. The highest academic honor that can be earned and awarded is the doctoral degree. Now is the time when those ULM students who have earned this most respected academic degree are recognized. This mark of achievement reaches its apex during the hooding ceremony, which represents the passing of the mantle of knowledge, marking the transition from student to colleague. This pinnacle in an academic career could not occur without the guidance of a mentor, specifically a major advisor who guides the student in the quest for learning and enlightenment. Therefore, it is appropriate that the doctoral graduate be joined by the major professor. I ask that the doctoral graduate and major professor please step forward as I call the graduate's name. Receiving the Doctor of Philosophy degree in Marriage and Family Therapy is Jared Sirius Collins, who is joined by his major professor, Dr. Wendell Ray. Receiving the Doctor of Philosophy degree in Marriage and Family Therapy is Andrew Burt Dodson, who is joined by his major professor, Dr. Wendell Ray. Receiving the Doctor of Philosophy degree in Marriage and Family Therapy is Jordan Craig Harris, who is joined by his major professor, Dr. Jana Sutton. Receiving the Doctor of Philosophy degree in Marriage and Family Therapy is Shalette Cummings Holden, who is joined by her major professor, Dr. David Hale. Receiving the Doctor of Philosophy degree in Marriage and Family Therapy is Emily Phillips Jones, who is joined by her major professor, Dr. Jana Sutton. Receiving the Doctor of Philosophy degree in Marriage and Family Therapy is Robin Janelle Jordan, who is joined by her major professor, Dr. Wendell Ray. Receiving the Doctor of Philosophy degree in Pharmacy is Sachin Kinshanrao Kista, who is joined by her major professor, Dr. Yong-Yu Liu.
All right, I would like to now invite everyone to stand and join in the singing of our alma mater, led by the ULM Commencement Vocal Quartet. You can find the words on the back of your program.
Where friendships thrive.
Thank you. Faculty, graduates, and stage participants, please remain standing in preparation for the recessional. Guests, would you please be seated and remain seated until the graduates begin to exit the Coliseum. Congratulations, graduates, and thank you, guests, for attending today's ceremony. The 2017 Fall Commencement exercises are now concluded.
you.